Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. I'm Joe. Let me introduce you to the set of my brand new show, Malevolent Movies. Come on, let's go. You may remember me from my starring role as the Benevolent Buckley in the Benevolent Buckley Show. It was a public access juggernaut that was sadly canceled after its first season. Even to this day, I don't know why my hit show was never renewed. Oh, God! Oh! I'm fucking blind!
Oh, fuck me, fuck you!
Burn!
Help me, bud.
Okay.
I need help.
It's okay.
I can hear you.
Thank you, I love it.
Puke into this cup!
Shut down. Ah! Can I see your ass?
No, that's the last time I'm gonna tell you.
What? Anyways, I'm back and ready to appease my adoring fans with a brand new format, the Horror Movie Review Show. Along with my trusty co-host, Ryan Ziegler, and I will be reviewing indie horror films in a quest to protect you from the schlock and diarrhea that's constantly pumping out. Along with some eccentric guests, we'll regularly provide you with an unhealthy dose of comedy, horror, and awful reviewing. Welcome to Malevolent Movies!
Welcome to the mortifying Malevolent Movies, a horror review show with Benevolent Buckley. Along with some friends, he's gonna watch some trash, so stick around and catch what they'll see.
So what do you say, Ryan? Let's see what we got to watch today.
All right, let's dive in. Yeah, Prom Ride. It stars Omar Gooding from, I think it was these Wild and Crazy Kids.
I thought I talked to him.
Prom Ride, there is no escape. I think they're talking about the audience, probably. There's no escape from Prom Ride.
Well, no, you can just shut it off.
Here's the synopsis of the movie. Buckle up for the night of your life. I can smell you. I'm sorry. As a group of teenagers excitedly prepares for the prom night of their lives, they are unaware that a psychotic killer is out on a bloody rampage of revenge. What was meant to be an evening of elegance, rejoicing, and celebration rapidly spirals into a grisly bloodbath, and everyone's a suspect. Ooh.
Well, and I bet they're also going to be drinking and driving, and that's never good.
Don't drink, don't drive, don't go to prom.
The students soon turn on each other for survival, and as the body count grows, dark secrets are revealed. It's going to clock in at about 84 minutes. This is a brand new DVD, and the insert is already like moisture warped or something like that.
It's all crusty.
I hope that's not a sign of things to come. Now we get a little shot of the killer, I believe, in the reflection of the car on the counter of the front of the DVD. Well, he's holding a gun. Okay, in this opening, in this picture, he is holding a gun. Doesn't look like a knife or anything. Mask, I don't know, looks like kind of like an owl. Kind of like a weird owl or something.
A little bit. I mean, it looks metalish. It looks a little bit like the Jason-esque mask.
Yeah, so hopefully it's not a knockoff of the Mask in Stage Fright. Classic 80s,
yeah, that's a good one.
Italian film, but yeah, man, Prom Ride. We're gonna hop on this thing and take a ride.
So this is the next 60 minutes, is them...
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
It's like a plane. If you open the car door whenever it's moving, all the air gets sucked out. That's why they can't do it.
Very similar to when you put in Prom Ride in any room. It sucks all the air
all the
out.
fun and joy gets sucked out of like the group.
I feel terrible, actually, right now, watching this.
Welcome to your prom.
So Prom Ride, independent thriller film. It's basically about a bunch of high school kids, and they all get together on their prom night. They've rented a big, just decked out limo to take them to prom. They go to dinner, and then right after dinner, some maniac hijacks the limo, kind of does a Saw thing voice, and one by one, he makes the people turn on each other, their secrets revealed.
Oh my God.
Violence happens. There's a lot of pee in the movie.
It won't come out with everyone watching.
And one by one, these teenagers succumb to violence.
Will you do the synopsis of Prom Ride as a haiku?
So many shots. Lots of cameras, too. Time to end film.
Not bad, not bad.
Better than I expected.
So this movie opens up with a framing device, sort of. It opens up with, what was it? It was somebody's parents watching it on TV.
We are here with breaking news. You're watching live news coverage of the LAPD in pursuit of a stretch Hummer limousine. A 911 call from one of the teens' parents.
Prom Ride.
Just cut off the newswoman.
It looks like a
Snapchat filter.
Yep.
Yeah. This news report, like on a CNN, breaking news, live as it happens, of an out-of-control limousine.
It's like whenever they were chasing OJ's Bronco.
Yes, very reminiscent of that. And they're very scared about it. And then all of a sudden, boom! Prom Ride.
And then it's 3 weeks earlier.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of
At the
POV
beach.
shots at the beach and girls in bikinis. And that's how we get introduced to this group of friends.
All I see is ass, ass, ass. I'm a little nervous and excited, as you can see.
Oh, see, she's gonna get a face full of ass.
Are they really going to do that game? That's from
Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp, they do that. Oh, they are doing it. She's gonna put her face in his ass.
Yep.
The old face in the ass trick. In this
Yep.
climate? Really?
2, 3.
Oh, what sound effect. Then it moves to girls trying on their prom dresses, in which one of the boys shows up and does a very intricate choreographed promposal.
Super
He
elaborate.
spent 3.5 months on that. That's why he failed geometry.
Like, and in a full song.
Short tie
Look at
and
that
long
shirt, dude.
Short tie and a long shirt.
Oh, God.
He's gonna propose to somebody to go to prom with him.
Promposal.
Shake it
Ska
out. Shake it
music.
out.
What the fuck?
Who invited the Bosstones?
Full
A
song,
full, like, 3.5 minute song.
costume changes.
Straight up high school musical.
Absolutely.
Will you go to prom with me?
God, yes.
Yes, yes,
Then we move forward to prom night, which I think is the same day, and they're all getting ready at the house of the adult couple, the parents that we see in the framing device at the beginning of the movie.
Well,
Yes.
pretty much the same age as the
Yeah.
high school kids.
Yeah, they don't look too much older
No.
than
I mean,
her.
kids having kids. It's a thing now.
Babies having babies.
Oh my God, you guys are met. Leah. Oh.
Hey, girls. Everybody's video.
Everyone's just
They're
constantly
just making
filming.
a documentary of the prom.
I think her name was Leah.
Yes.
Was the
ingenue,
I guess
I
if we
suppose.
yeah. There's a lot of leads in this movie. There's no one lead. But
Yeah,
she's
it's
she's
not-
kind of the lead for a bit.
It's an ensemble.
Look at what this dipshit's wearing.
He's got a
A
fedora.
fucking fedora.
It's a sequenced fedora.
Yeah.
Fully dressed, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then the girls get ready for what it seems like hours because it's light when they arrive and then it's dark when they leave.
Well,
So the boys are just kind of hanging out with Leah's parents apparently for a few hours.
I would like to see that scene. How awkward that was.
that would have been a lot better of a movie, just like them
Also,
like
all of
interrogating
this-
these teenage boys about what they intend to do with
Yeah.
their daughters.
And all of this is shot on cell phones.
Yeah.
Made to look
Yeah.
like cell phones, and also it looks like
Well,
Just they were
especially
using cell
in the
And
first
they
half.
set up because you can see shots of them actually, filming each other with a cell phone. So they,
right, like at the prom, the clothing show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leah, you could see her in the mirror with just an iPhone, and
Yeah.
that's what they're using, and it's
Throughout the movie, it does slow down a little bit once they get in the limo, and then pretty much the rest of the movie takes place in that limo, confined space, which
it can work.
different.
Sure.
Yeah, it didn't.
It was like Speed meets
Yeah.
Saw.
Mhm.
I like to think of Prom Night
And boom, prom ride.
as a quilt of camera work.
Yes, there's a shot list. There's definitely a shot list on this movie. I will say this about Prom Ride. It was not what I expected from reading the DVD case.
That a psychotic killer is out on a bloody rampage of revenge.
As abysmal and almost really hard to get through. I felt fatigue.
And we know it can't be blonde girl's dead parents because we see them.
Oh, no, he's hired somebody to do it. For the first third, the entire first act of the movie,
before prom had started.
Before they
I was
actually
slouching in my chair.
I was bored. I hated the movie. I thought it was garbage.
Starts off very bad.
Come on. If she's your girl, just do
This
it.
horn dog went, yeah, kiss her real good.
Kiss her. Now touch her butt. Now slap her butt. Now smell her
go
butt.
slow. Make us feel it.
Now go make mud.
Yeah, make mud into her mouth. We're gonna make a remake of Two Girls, One Cup.
But as the film goes on and this killer starts doing his scheme, and it gets very uncomfortable. It gets very strange. I honestly didn't know what was going to happen next. Well, let me guess. Omar Gooding's dead.
I was gonna say he's definitely dead. They got him for an hour.
Is everybody okay?
Oh no, Omar! Once the killer starts doing his stuff, there's only a couple things that happen, but they show it's all in real time.
It feels like it's real time. It feels like it's real time.
Wait, hold on. Are they locked in their seats now?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Saw.
Welcome to your prom. I'm gonna play a game. I see you already have your cameras out. Good. Keep them rolling. I wouldn't want you to miss anything.
Do you want me to turn up the AC?
Priscilla, try not to look so unhappy on this special occasion. I know you guys are having fun, but don't forget finals are next week.
There's long stretches where just literally nothing. They're just screaming. Or that girl is trying to take a piss in the bucket and she can't because everyone's watching her.
She yells at them to stop looking at her.
Yeah, and they're all
it goes
filming
on
her.
uncomfortably long, and I really feel that the
Everything
actress did urinate.
It's a low-budget film. You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, we can't afford just like yellow
Well, somebody
water.
was up behind her asshole with a water bottle.
And that's the thing. It wasn't yellow. It was red. Somebody pour some water into a glass.
Oh!
It's red.
That was just really yellow.
She just pissed rosé. Well, everybody looked yellow. Everyone looked jaundiced. The whole thing.
Yeah, colors were all over the place.
Yeah, the makeup. I feel like they did just one makeup on everybody. That was good that was camera ready
Spray
for one
paint 'em.
camera. But then when you cut to different cameras, it showed them how bright it really was because they were going through different lenses. So there's problems there.
Yeah, they probably should have hired a color corrector to maybe just touch up a couple of the
Well,
scenes.
even the one girl, like she was wearing like yellow eyeshadow, like legit, because one of the upfront shots that you see, it's like maybe that was kind of a theme. I don't think it was. I don't think it's looking too deep into the prom ride.
Everybody looked like Pac-Man just running around.
If there was any, one of the themes I noticed throughout the movie is constant shots of girls taking off their panties.
Well, it was almost every female character in this movie.
Strips has a scene where she slowly takes off her panties, whether it's to urinate, whether it's just to get naked, whether it's to have sex. He forced two of the characters to have sex.
I feel like this is a glimpse into this director, writer, producer.
This Kazeem Molake, he's got some stuff going on.
I feel like we got to see every one of his kinks.
And I'll say this for the movie, for a movie that looks
in 84 minutes.
Looks as generic and as sci-fi channel as shit when you look at the cover and you know, I'm not going to call it an art film.
3.
But there are some interesting dark twists, and I do feel that
there's about 5 to 10 good minutes in this movie.
It's uncomfortable. There's some moments that are uncomfortable. Some of it's very exploitative. I think the camera lingers a little too long.
It definitely isn't afraid to do stuff.
No.
Shut up!
Woke Wale up with the piss.
Piss bomb!
Piss. It straddles a weird line between being some run-of-the-mill garbage, thing, and then trying to be subversive and make you uncomfortable. I can tell you right now, I'm already going to be giving it more credit than I did earlier.
The other one, yeah.
It feels like it's real time.
It's not quite as by the numbers as I expected.
I don't think that was on purpose.
Man, maybe not.
Oh, no. I agree with Sean. I think I'm somewhere in the middle of the two. I think all of that is purely accidental.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But sometimes accidents are good things.
In general, honestly, I mean, I just like the setting of the limo.
Uh-oh, the Klingons are here.
Damage report. The limo was cool.
You know what I mean? Because
that was honestly, the star of the movie.
I almost think it would have been more effective if, for some reason, like the whole film was just in the limo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, like Reservoir Dogs, but just with like a weird sci element.
Yeah,
that could have been. A cool.
Now this director wouldn't have been able to pull that off. But
let's talk about the mask for a second, though.
The mask is very weird. When you first see it, it looks great.
Yeah, but the longer it goes on, the more cartoony it looks.
It's a generally cool looking mask.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a skull face, but it's all chrome.
Well, there's a movie called Chrome Skull with a mask.
I know
just
what
like
that is.
It
doesn't look just
no,
like
it's similar, but
it's a skull.
No, it is.
It's a skull.
Yeah.
You know what this mask is?
Yeah, but it's also very shiny.
This is what's that show? The Secrets of the Magician's Code.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
With the black suit, the all black suit, and
the chrome face.
The chrome face.
Yes.
It's got to be a practical mask that's just green screen.
But I don't know. I thought it was cool.
It's an interesting. It's definitely a choice they made.
Yeah,
that was pretty interesting.
My question that I have about Prom Ride is the reveal of the movie. We find out that it is indeed the limo driver Omar Gooding, who is the killer.
What if my father turned into that potential, the one he didn't need, so he chose to pass the need?
They walk into is this like Carnival Haunted House all of a sudden? Oh, that's Ratchet.
Lords of Customs.
My name's Omar Gooding, motherfucker.
Omar Gooding.
We're with the LAPD homicide unit. We're here to investigate the Prom Ride murders. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
However, that killer has audio from their friend Grant being rejected by the lead, Leah, so they think it's Grant. But they never explain his motive. Yeah.
He never comes up. We never see this character, Grant.
No.
Everybody knows about him,
Yeah.
and that we hear him.
You can thank Leah.
What is he talking about? I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Will you go to the prom with me?
Oh, it's some dude that wanted to go to prom with her. She refused because she's a lesbian.
You already have a date?
I'm just not going.
Grant, is that you? Are you doing this? Is that what this is about, Grant?
Grant!
Who the fuck is Grant?
Was that his ID at the very end?
No, that was Michael.
Somebody named Michael, yeah, and I don't recall that character being ever talked about.
We also found another body in the trunk. It was the body of the chauffeur.
I mean, oh, wait. Maybe that was the original cab driver, and then this guy killed him.
It was the body of the chauffeur.
Oh, because there was
That could be.
I think Joe's onto something.
It was the body of the chauffeur.
Who's Kennedy? Is Kennedy the guy who's naked at the end?
Yes.
There's a character who had to strip for some bullshit.
The only survivor.
The only survivor.
Go.
Oh, I forgot he's starting to ask
super naked.
It's a man ass right there. The guy does his squats, though.
He does. He's got that V. But the problem is there's no motive given for Omar Gooding's character to be doing this. I mean, we find out that the guy who runs the limo, or the Omar Gooding's character, is a mechanic.
Like a custom.
Yeah,
guy.
so the idea that he
kind of decked this one out.
Decked that one out.
You can buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought that, so that made sense. Because initially I was like, what limo has...
So then later on it's revealed that one of the girls, Sienna, she's in on it, and her reasoning was she's jealous that her boyfriend fucked her friend.
Yeah, there was infidelity involved.
The detective, he only showed the picture to Gooding of Sienna.
Yeah.
You know, and he obviously knew. You know, there's a connection.
They obviously knew.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah,
that's all I kept saying.
It's obviously like not his daughter or anything because he shot her like just for nothing.
Well, that's the next thing is like they're working together, but then she starts like yelling at him, and he just shoots her in the head.
Yeah,
so it's like, okay, what is what's your plan here?
Yeah, and it's never explained what Omar.
And we get
Gooding's-
nothing about this Grant character, who clearly is in real character, and that like all that clearly happened.
Yeah,
but we don't get anything about anything. I was expecting maybe he would show up at dinner, or he would have.
Maybe he was working at the store and he wasn't invited to be a part of the. Maybe he's behind the register.
Literally anywhere.
Yeah.
For like a
Could be anywhere,
scene, he's in the movie. How about that?
Welcome to Yamishiro's.
Hi, we have a reservation under the name
Grant.
Welcome to Yamashiro. I will be your waiter tonight.
I mean, there's a lot of questions left unanswered in Prom Ride.
One awesome kill though.
I will shoot you right in your face.
The ball's on her to charge her as the gun's pointed at her head. Oh! Single white female shot. High heel. Right in the
High heel to
eyeball.
the face. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So I mean, overall, I wasn't.
I mean,
once we got to the limo, I wasn't bored anymore.
Right.
I will
Once
say
like the
that.
movie kicked in,
Yeah.
it still wasn't good.
I mean, it kept
Nine
it kept
with the
us
killer.
guessing. I'll say that. It kept me guessing. I think it kept everybody
yeah.
guessing.
I didn't know what sort of weird fetish the director was going to.
Oh yeah.
That was a theme throughout this movie is things that should be quick, going on for a very long time.
Well, and that's the thing is like they clearly wanted a feature
Lingered.
movie.
Yeah.
Like there's a scene where the guy says, "Okay, this is prom.
Yeah, it's time to dance."
for us."
Yeah, he made
so
them
they
dance.
so he unlocks four of the teens and puts on like a prom song and makes them dance, and they dance for like the entire song, and we see it.
Every ad.
Dance, motherfucker!
You will now dance very close.
I'm jerking off up here. Dance for me.
Yeah.
Leave some space for the Lord. I guarantee though, even though they're in like this life or death situation, one of those dudes has a boner
he's got a boner.
right now dancing with that girl.
That's
A lot of
fine.
fear, even.
Is that a fear boner?
Fear boner?
God, there's a lot of blood pumping. Look at him.
He's
got
got
boner face. He's coming.
Hold me tighter.
He's just shooting Free like into her green dress.
God, it's not even green. It's black and white.
Because if the killer's disappointing with the dancing, he's probably gonna like shock them all. So yeah, you gotta make sure. Yeah.
You don't know what booby traps he has in this limo.
Yeah.
I really hope that this is just a customer that was pissed that they had to wait extra long for that proposal. I'm gonna ruin their prom.
Maybe that's what it was though. Like during his prom, like all the jocks came up to him and like pulled down his pants, and all the girls saw his little wiener, and they pointed and laughed and said, "Ah ha ha ha!" And his mother came home and she was like, "They're all gonna laugh at you, Charles. They're all gonna laugh at your tiny little dick." And then 30 years later, he goes and kills teenagers on their prom day.
I mean, why would Omar Gooding's character do that? If it's the Grant character who is in love with Leah, who has been jilted, fine. It's a bullshit reason for a movie, but it's a reason for a movie that I would buy. Now it's just like Omar Gooding just old perv.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
who works in a custom shop.
You can be like a killer with like some
and-
fetishes.
And sometimes that's the scariest thing is somebody without a motive. The guy just decided to do it.
Don't try to spin this into a good movie, Ryan. Come on.
Prom Ride would have been absolutely insufferable as a solo watch. There's no way.
This has to be in a group. You need to watch this in a group setting.
No,
yeah.
I could not watch this.
You're not
alone
getting through
or
that
with-
first 10 minutes.
No.
But it does turn out better than it starts.
Yeah, I at the end of the movie, I was like, yeah, Prom Ride, okay. All right, Joe. So on the spectrum between malevolent and benevolent, where would you rate Prom Ride?
I'd probably rate it on like a malevolent. Like it's not horrible, but it's not good either. So it can go right in the middle.
Right?
Dead center?
50-50.
Yeah.
So
Probably,
it's half malevolent, half benevolent.
yeah. It's kind of like an uncle who hits you sometimes, but also gives you like Christmas presents.
So it's malevolent.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'd say benevolent. I'd say to watch this one and to stick it out, like we suggested. Just skip to like the 35-minute mark. Once they get to the limo and they meet Omar, or once they take that picture.
Yeah.
I think if you start there, you got about 10-15 minutes until it really kicks in, but I think everything you need to know is there. I think without that chunk, you're gonna miss the whole, we're secretly dating, we're secretly lesbians, and and then Omar is there, and there's enough there. So yeah, watch the hour version of this by just skipping ahead a little bit. But absolutely watch it. There's some weird shit in this movie that I've never seen in other movies before.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Benevolent. Piss bombs, high heel through the eye, and I like the limo setting. It's unique. It's like Speed and Saw meshed together in one terrible quilt.
Very good. God help me, I'm with Joe on this. I split it right down the middle. If you watch it with a group of like-minded people, you will get the same sort of weird, like, what am I watching? And everyone's going to be looking at each other and think, oh my God, like we did. If you watch it by yourself, it's a no-go.
It's going to be a tough sit-through.
It's going to be a no-go. I would say it's down the middle. I would say this isn't a movie you need to ever see. Mm-hmm. But if you enjoyed hearing us try and figure it out and you have some like-minded friends, maybe pop in Prom Ride. But again, start it in the limos. Don't worry about the first half hour.
Well, here's the thing, though. This is going to be better than probably 80% of the movies you're going to watch on here, too.
It's true.
It's just downhill from here.
I've seen a lot worse crap.
So is this our peak already?
And we've already peaked with Prom Ride.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I don't like that our peak when this is just because of it was just because of the peak.
I mean, urine always makes stuff better. Like a nice cake or a fondue. If you add a little bit of urine to it, it's spicy and sweet.
Don't drink a lot of water before you watch Prom Ride.
No.
Sorry.
Need help there, Joe?
Okay, I got it now. Okay. And that was it, boys and girls. Prom Ride on Malevolent Movies with the benevolent Buckley.